Topic 6, welcome back of the syllabus. That's performance management. The topic 6 is called performance management. Performance management or performance evaluation. I like calling it performance management. So let's put that one down. Performance management. Performance management. That's the topic 6. So performance management. Good. Yes. I'm putting 9 marks there out of 20. Let's continue the game. Yeah, I placed 9 marks here. It's also troublesome guy. But there was good news and bad news. But the good news are more than the bad news. So let's see. Out of these 6 topics, you're going to see them there. Now we are the 6th section. We are the 6th section. That is the performance management. 20, but the target marks is 9. When you add all out of the 100 marks, you are getting what? 55 percent. Good. Or 54. 54 or 55. Wow. So out of 20, you are getting 9. Out of 20, you are getting 8. So out of this 40, you are getting what? 17, right? Perfect. So it's 55. Good. Now, this is the target marks. It means that when you go and you score above 55, you added the remaining one to it. So but if you score below 55, that means you owe me a mark. Now the issue is this. There are 6 topics here, and then 2 of them are stubborn, and then 4 of them are not stubborn. Now, the first 2 topics, there are lots. When I go to the breakdown, you will testify that there are lots of subtopics from the first 2, which make it a bit lengthy. And out of this, any of them can come at a time. Unlike the remaining 4, where that one is specific, you're going to see it there. So I call these guys the big 4, and I call this guy the margin of safety. It's an insurance, comprehensive insurance that you will normally take to support this section. So I'll walk you through the detailed syllabus. These are the sub ones. So it means that you cannot sit for any management accounting paper without a big 4, without a long term, 15 marks, without a budget, another 15, without a standard costing and variance analysis, another 15. In fact, the big 4, they add up to 65. They contain 65%, and then the stubborn guy contain 35% of the paper. In fact, this is a good news because formerly it was 55% before they changed the syllabus. So passing the paper was very troublesome because the big 4, the max was 55, not up to even 60. So passing the paper previously was a bit challenging. But I can assure you that if you study and study well, passing this new paper will be so easy for you. Good. What do you have to do? 3 things you need. 1, get a principle. Get a principle. 3 things. The big 3. If you want to pass this paper with ease, 3 items or 3 steps. Step 1, get a principle. What do I mean by the principle? Learn what the subject tells you. Maybe learn investment appraiser. You should know the principle behind investment appraiser. 2, practice enough questions. Practice enough what questions. That's all. That's a sure win. The third one, I'll mention it here. The third one, I'll not mention it here. Normally, I thought I pay all your fees. So doesn't have to pay your fees, one person. No, not at all. But at least why I place it, I place it last. So that's the last one. Good. Then let's see. So I'll start with the contemporary approaches and then give you the breakdown of it. What should know. So let's start with the contemporary approach. If you have any question, kindly ask, then I will explain them to you. You can also take a screenshot of the page that I'm sharing. Yes, what is on the board, the writer version has been documented, so you can take snapshot like that. Good. Now let's go to the detailed syllabus or the detailed version. So start 1, 2, 3 in that order. That's the today's edition. Then we look at a basic concept. Now we said that the topics they are grouped under what? Planning, right? Controlling and what? Decision making. Good. The planning aspect was the budget. And then investment appraisal. That's the planning. So budget and investment appraisal. That's the long-term decision-making techniques. It's formed under the planning. When it comes to the controlling, budget also forms there. Decision-making techniques, the short-term decision and the long-term decision. Performance measurement and external costing, all of them form under control. So budget, variance, performance management, all of them form under the control. Decision-making, yeah, the performance management also play a role here. And then the long term and the short term. So it means that all the 6 topics they just fall under planning, controlling, and decision making. But we said that for management accounting, you are going to provide information for who? For the managers. And then they are going to use to plan, control, and make decisions for the organization. Good. So that is it. Okay, so let's look at our first chapter. Then we move. The first one, your syllabus or the manual, call it Contemporary Approaches to Management Accounting. Contemporary Approach to Management Accounting. So I personally call it Advanced Cost Accounting Technique, because in the old syllabus, that's what we call it, Advanced Cost Accounting Techniques. We call it Contemporary Approach to Management Accounting. Good. Good. So let's see what falls under that one. To management accounting. First, I'll group them into 3. Even though there are many, there are about 7 topics fall under this 7. Out of these 7, any of them can come for 15 marks, or combination of any form or any version can come for 15 marks. Unlike the investment appraiser, where you can meet it there. Good. So the first one is ethics in management accounting. Ethics in management accounting. And for those who have done audits before or have few knowledge about audits, this topic will not be new to you. And if you don't worry, the books are available. So audit, and then the ethics in the audits are the same over here. Just like here, we are just adding management accounting to it. And then you are done. Last 2 settings, they brought ethics in management accounting. Yes, it is the one that it's a very topical issue. So I advise that you should know it. It's a must. Then last 2 should know where I told them that throughput and ABC has overdue to the when the ethics was there. And last sitting, then finally I said that throughput and ABC, that's the B and C, one of them have to be there. So B, here the cost accounting techniques, the advanced one. So from here going the advanced cost accounting technique. The cost accounting techniques that they recently introduced. Yes. Ask me when. In the 18s. That's the recent one. So that's 18s, not 19s. ABC, for instance, was introduced in the 18s, late 18s. Good. So this section from here going are the advanced cost accounting techniques, and these are the ethics. So here you have what you call ABC, activity-based costing. Activity-based costing. And then throughput accounting. Throughput accounting. Throughput accounting. Activity-based throughput accounting. But there are more. There are lots of them. Just that I'll highlight on the key ones. You have to learn this one first before the other ones. But the other ones, I call them Adam. Because I can assure you that the examiner is going to move. You're going to swing between this for a period of 2 consecutive sittings before you what descend down. So look at the train and look at the trick. Last two sittings where they started this syllabus, where they started this topic, he dropped ethics. I didn't talk. Last sitting, I said, okay, between this and this, you should give us one. They went and they said, what? Throughput was there. And if somebody tells what I said, that question looked like a throughput, but it wasn't throughput though. And the same thing happened again there. Throughput. So next sitting, ABC must be there. If ABC is not there, then history must repeat itself. This is exactly 1 year. So you have to now repeat what? Ethics in management accounting. If you go, ethics is not there, throughput is not there, then you descend down. So I'm going to write those ones down. They are not all that important, but you can just read them. Okay, then you'll be fine. So I'm using the style. Even though there are many under it, I've limited you to these big three so that you will like ease your study. I don't know if you pick the book's like a beam. A lot. Over 800 pages. So imagine reading 800 pages. So you go straight. If you pick this one, you go straight to ethics, straight to ABC, straight to throughput first. Before, if you have time, you come and read the other ones. Good. The other ones are environmental accounting, just in time. Environmental accounting. Environmental accounting. I'll write all of them for you. There are many ones. I'll write all of them for you. Environmental accounting. Environmental accounting. Just in time. JIT, right? Just in time. I call it Japanese inventory theory. Even though the original name is just in time. Don't get me Japanese though. Why am I saying this? Because it was originated from Japan. Before with Toyota, they brought it. They are the owner. But Japan was suffering from land. They don't have dry land. Most of their lands are made of water. So when they produce their cars, they don't have warehouse. So as soon as you produce, you have to dispatch it. Then you are done. Good. Okay. Good. Let's continue. So just in time. Then we also talks about regearing. Regearing. In fact, there are many. We also talk about benchmarking. Benchmarking. For those who have done a bit of strategy before, is there. And then cost control, cost reduction. Cost control. Just that the good is that all of this you can just use just 30 minutes to read about them. They are not many as compared to the first three that I've listed them here. Cost control and reduction. Cost reduction. Can also talks about balance scorecard. Yes, balance it's a must. Balance scorecard, you should know it. It's a must. Balance scorecard. People call it scorecard. Scorecard. And then TQM, total quality management. All of this is coming from business management, right? So that's the aspect of it. Good. Good. Oh, the remaining part wasn't coming. Sorry, and then let me project the screen for you. So I'm sharing the screen. You can see all of them there. All of them. So then continuous improvement. But it's part of TQM. They are related. Total quality management and continuous improvement. So that is it. Okay, we are done with the first topic. I mentioned all these plenty items. Any of them can count for 50 marks. As it's time, we don't know which one is coming. Just that only Fred can tell you that maybe ABC is the one likely. And now you can go and they will change it. So that is it. So you are done with the first topic. The very first one, which is the contemporary approach to management accounting. So these are the issues that you have to know. But the first three, ethics, ABC, throughput, then balance scorecard, environmental accounting, total quality management, continuous improvement. But some of them, just in time, for instance, is in throughput. Just in time is in throughput. And then that is it. So let's go to the second topic, the short-term decision-making techniques. What is inside? That's a stubborn guy. The one that if you tackle it and get stuck, you fail the paper in advance. So take note of that one. Good. Short-term decision-making techniques. That one is 20 marks. Formerly, it was having a lot of items under it, but now they have reduced it. It was having 8 strong subtopics, but now they've reduced it to about 6. Yeah, about 6. And out of this, in fact, we can assure you the one which runs it, the main one. Yeah, the main one. So short-term decision-making techniques, what you should know under it, short-term. So even if you start reading, if you get a book, one of them, I'll list the book that you should have, the text, all of them here. And then where to start from. Even if I'm not around here reading, you know the important ones. That this one was the important one, this one was the important one, this one there's no need. This one I've done everything, I have spare time, then you read it. Good. So short-term decision-making techniques. The stubborn guy, the max is 20. I picked only what, I think 7 or 8 out of 20. You score 8. In fact, even if you score 8 for me, I'll be okay. If you manage to score 10 out of these 20, your pass is assured. But a very stubborn guy. Please make sure that you understand that before I answer it. Because it may look a bit okay, but only 1 year that they make it a bit flexible. That's May 2017. That's the time the question that came. And even, which was the straightforward question ever. But according to the chief examiner's report, almost 90% get it wrong. Wow. It was a bit straightforward. Like for that year, that question, for instance, there, I can clap for that examiner who said the question. They just put some figures and ask them to provide some analysis, that's all. And make relevant decision out of it. They are done. they put Nissan, Toyota cars, and some country also their cars, Korea and then Japan cars there, and then say they show like that's all. Maybe where to start from was an issue. Where to start from, where to end. Good. So the first one or the first topic will be CVP. We call it break-even analysis. Break-even. So for those who have done intro to management accounting, no break-even. Break-even. Then B. Make or buy. Make or buy. I mean, so you have to make decisions. So whether we should make the product or we should go and what? Buy it. Outsourcing. When should you make the product? When should you go and buy it? A question can come from another section. And then C, limiting factors. Limiting factors. Anytime we have a resource which is in limited supply, anytime we have a resource which is limited supply, how do you utilize them? Like in COVID time, most of the resources are in limited supply. A time came where everybody was rushing to the market to go and buy food. So I thought that the food was short, right? So if you are the company that produces using foodstuffs, what do? So that is it. One information about it. This one opposes throughput. So if you understand throughput very well, you don't need to go and learn this. Throughput. The opposite of throughput is a limiting factor. So if you can learn throughput very well, limiting factor should be, because anywhere, anytime there's another ask question on throughput, limiting factor must come. They are twins. So I'll start giving questions. Hey, right. The thing is not start giving questions. Yes. Go to November 2018. Question number. Okay. Question 9. Do question 3. This one was November 2018. Yes. Where throughput and a limiting factor, all of them are somewhere there. Then you go to D. Shut down. Shut down. That's November 2014 and 2015. Shut down decision. Maybe you have a division, a branch that you want to close, shut down, stop producing, or stop running that division. On what basis? Can you just wake up and say, oh, let me close that division or that branch? No. As a manager account, you have to provide information before. So go and provide information about, okay, when you close it, this is what will happen. Oh, this will be the effect. When you allow it to run, this will be the effect. Okay, now decide. Are you going to run it or are you going to what? Probably shut down or cease producing? So that is it. Then E, pricing. Pricing, very important. Pricing. Pricing. So basically, these are the short-term decision making. Strong ones are some of them here. Strong one. And here can I show you that this is the most common one that they ask. They've asked it about 3 consecutive times. So next thing, I'm expecting them to change. They have to change their style. How are they going to change it? They have to switch. Either to pricing. What happened May 2019 must happen again. History. May 2019. Before they started the new syllabus, they ended the old syllabus with pricing. And they started the new syllabus with CVP. Good. So for these 3, they are a bit okay, they are a bit straightforward. Except for in the olden time questions, which were a bit trouble. So any of these can come for how many? 20 marks or combination of any other. Maybe this versus this. 15 here, 5 here, making 20. Then we are done. So this. And these are the troublesome questions. The questions that if you don't understand, don't tackle it. Wait, go and finish what you understand first. And come and solve that one last. In solving, take the examiner. How do you trick him? That you don't understand. How are you going to trick him? Any figure that you see in the question, bring it. Any figure. Write the name, but don't no shortcuts. Maybe they've given you a question there, and then there's a lot of figures inside. Bring the figures, write them nicely, term them, add and subtract. Add and subtract. Okay, this and this, add this and this. Write the name boldly. At least the text will know the text for you. Good. So that is. So this is the second topic. I am doing this so that when you are learning on your own, you know where to start first, know when to end, and then that is it. Good. Okay, so now let's move on to now you are done with the margin of safety, those that strength. The first two topics, that one there are lots of items under it. The remaining four that you're going to look at it, there are no issues. They are very straightforward. They don't have a lot plenty items. No. Even that one, it's only one topic like this, and at this topic, maybe different sub units. Then you are done. Good. So let's look at the third one. That's the long-term decision making techniques. Long-term decision making techniques. In fact, they have given it Munjo's name. It's called investment appraiser. So for those who have come across investment appraiser or capital budgeting, that is it. So I have to just clean this one in. Yes, long term. Long term, that's the one that long term decision making techniques. It's investment appraiser, capital budgeting. Then you are done. That one's only one topic. It's only one investment appraiser, capital budgeting. Capital budgeting. It's not difficult. It's 15 marks. I put 12 marks there. Why? Because you can score 12. It's not difficult. So that's where normally my strength is for most students. Because that one, whatever you do, you're going to see it there. Not like the previous ones that you have to select either the third one or the fourth one. No, this one's not like that. And then the areas concerned are NPV. NPV, that's net present value. IRR, internal rate of return, and then ARR. Finally, payback period. Payback. So that's all. And they are not difficult. And they are not difficult. Okay, so I'm done with the capital budgeting for 15 marks. I've not seen last sitting's capital budgeting, but I still believe it's still manageable. Last two sittings was a bit okay and straightforward. Hoping that this sitting will be the same. Good. Okay, now let's move on. The second aspect of the big four is the first aspect of the big four. And the next one is almighty budget. Budget. Budget is 15 marks. Here too, it's only one, just that there are some subtopics under the budget. I have put them into three. You should know some theories around budget. That's the reading section. Theories. That's the budgetary control. Budgetary control. And then the third one, ways of budgeting. Ways of budgeting. And the last one, preparation of budget. That's where they will examine you. Level one, intro to management accounting. You should know the first two and a bit of the last one. But here at level two, we are going to pick it from the preparation. So for those who have done intro to management accounting, it's a good news for you. So preparation of budget. Good. So this is the calculation. This is the calculation section. And then the first, these ones are the theory. However, you require to prepare the following budget. Functional budget. Functional budget. So functional budget, do it for level one. And then two, master budget. And then three, cash budget. And then finally, flexible budget. Let me turn this one down a bit. That's fine. So master budget. And here cash budget. Even though cash budget form part of functional budget, they can ask you on its own. Good. Then finally, flexible budget. Now, for level 2, this is your section. Level 2, this where they'll ask you. For level 1, functional budget and cash budget, they are done. They don't need to learn master budget and flexible budget for level 1. So for your section, you should know your limit. But if you want to thank the examiner by going and reading all, the examiner will be happy. So you can start from the, in fact, I will start from the functional budget for you to appreciate the entire budget well. So this is the budget section. No other question again. This is it. Unlike the short-term decision making, where there's a lot of them. This one, if it's not master budget, it will be cash budget. If not cash budget, flexible, you are done. It ends there. No more big deal. Just that if you want to practice, then you practice functional budget more. You are done. Good. So that is it. Okay. I'll move on to the next one. That is the standard costing and variance analysis. Standard costing and what? Variance analysis. Standard costing and variance analysis. That's the next one. It's also for 15 marks. It's also share banker. Variance, a very topical issue. Variance analysis. How to compute variances and how to explain the causes of the variances. It has a link with budget. So variances. Good. We have the primary variances and then the secondary variances. We are done. This one I will not talk plenty about it. When it's not the actual topic. Variances, how to calculate the variance and how to explain. Both primary variances and what? Secondary variances. Then you are done. And then you also have cost variances and what? Revenue variances. Then you are done. Now go to the last one, the troublesome guy. This one to the max is 15. I'm going to the troublesome guy, the last one. That's the performance management. He's the stubborn one among the 6. Among the big 4, he's the stubborn one. But all the 6, the stubborn one is the short-term decision-making techniques. So you take note. Please, if you can go through this, I can assure you that you'll be fine though. Yes. Then the last aspect is the performance management. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing the top one. Top wasn't coming now. Okay, so the last aspect is the performance management. Performance management. Performance management or performance measurement or evaluation. Management, measurement, evaluation, all of these are the same. Or appraiser. Good. Fact is one of the troublesome guy among the big 4. It's 20 marks. Here to theory and calculation. I have put them to theory and calculation. Yes. The theory are very technical. Mostly, if you practice, for those who are working, they can testify that the theory aspect over there will not be a big deal. Just that we also have textbook questions or textbook knowledge also. Just that if the examiner wants to fail many students using reading, he can rely over here. Yes, so for those who don't like reading, here they can use here to worry. Good. Because November 2017, the same thing happened. No calculation was coming from here, it was reading. But then it was 10 to 15 marks. That was the former, and now they make it 20 marks. Everything what they can do. The thing that definitely there must be calculation because of the marks, 20 marks. Now, what are the topics? What are the sub ones? Theories. The theory aspect, that is the measurement indicators and the setting of performance measurement standards. So let me put it here that all of these, the theory section 2, and then the calculation. Now with the calculation, I have one, we call it performance management indicators. Performance management indicators. Performance management or measurement indicators. Performance measurement indicators. First on the list, one, using the ratios. So I will not be surprised if you go and see ratios there. Calculate the following ratios and then interpret the financial statement. Don't say that that one is for financial reporting. No. So say here. Why? For performance management. Just that our ratios, our ratio analysis, the ratio analysis that we use, we go ahead of financial reporting. We can give you the number of customers and we ask you to analyze the company using this number of customers. Number of employees. Maybe if I tell you that at Anderson was for having average of 10,000 employees. And then let's say another company is also having 20,000 employees. And then this company, its net income or sales revenue for the year is 20 million or billion. Let's know 20 million Ghana cedis. This one is just 30 million Ghana cedis. And I ask you analyze. Then we give you other information. So here the ratios that you're going to analyze comprehensive, both for financial and non-financial ratios. Good. Just that the first time that they set the syllabus, know what happened? Yes, it came. May 2019, yes, they brought ratios. Yes, they have them to calculate it. 2, measuring divisional performance. You can use the return on investment and residual income, RI. And the last one, transfer pricing, almighty. Transfer pricing. And that one came last sitting. So that is what you should know. This one came last sitting. Transfer pricing came last sitting. And then the sitting before last sitting was ratios. So imagine what will come next sitting here. Who can tell me? Predict, help me. Good. Is this one right? If this one came last 2 sitting, and this one is last sitting, oh, the next sitting, it must be this guy. Because these are the calculations for that section that we can give you. Aside the theory, these are the calculations. So if they want to test your knowledge on calculation, how to measure performance, the divisional performance, then, and it's a very topical issue. So that is the end of the game. So now we are done with the syllabus. The syllabus. I'll use the next 30 minutes ahead of us to explain some bits of costing and then cost to you. So that when we start the main issue, you'll be fine when you're mentioning cost. Because for management accounting, you move from costing, then you graduate to what? Management accounting. Like as you did the financial accounting, then you graduate to what? Financial reporting in that level. So that is it. So the online section, we'll take a break here. Then I will send you a link right now. Use the link that I'll send you now to join the last session. We are going for our last session. Then we are done for today. And then if you have any question, kindly ask